on the other hand, is related to the social and cultural experience of being male, female, or in between.
We're getting to this strange area where there's really no such thing as scientific truth anymore when it comes to our biological sex and our gender.
In the Hindu faith, transgender people are granted a semi-divine status.
This accusation that, you're somehow transphobic if you don't know all the gender expressions, and, that if you're wearing some trousers, that means you're expressing as a certain person. Can't you just leave people alone and let them get on with their lives?
That while transgender isn't a gender because it's one person who is biologically male trying to present as female.
It's not defined as presentation. It's not defined as clothing. It's the experience.
It's really dangerous for those people, because for society, because those people have now got the ability to hijack language and say you have to use our pronouns, and it's happening.
Fearful faces.
You made a fearful face when you were listing 6 different genders. So I'm wondering, why does fear have to do with it? Or why is there a comically fearful response about multiple genders?
So our facial...
It was, I thought it was like...
You brought up German. It is a gendered language, so when you try to have no gender in the language, you basically destroy German. Bathrooms in schools. And they're actually just... I don't know if you want to use the word pushing, it's kind of loaded, but they're approaching children and say, you should choose what you are. Before they're actually biologically ready to do that, before their brains are mature, their bodies are mature, maybe before they've reached puberty.
60-something% of transgender people can't get ID that reflects their identity.
Speech. So we already have certain rules of things that you can say or you cannot say to employees at work. You can't call them a derogatory name. But with this transgender situation, if this is recognized as a gender, it could be that somebody could be prosecuted for not addressing somebody as their preferred gender pronouns. So now we have an issue because now we're legislating something that you have to say as opposed to something that you cannot. So I think this is a pretty frightening word.
We are dealing with a very deeply rooted biological disposition to reject the first thing that we see as different.
And because of the way that they identify, when they're facing violence every single day, they're facing bigots, people are facing violence every day, so what skin is it off your back to be like,
so
oh,
this
just
to answer that.
You know what I mean?
Just to answer that.
These issues are bigger than just my identity or a minority identity. That we're trying to change culture, we're trying to change the way people think and the way people speak. And I think that's a problem.
Who entered the UFC recently and beat the shit out of loads of women.
Okay.
And they stopped it happening because that's the result. That's your utopia. This is what happens.
It seems like having a category that can be officially recognized would at least give us some kind of foothold to try to prevent some of this stuff from happening and try to give people a better chance.